Good morning students, class 7. So your soil chapter is going on. In the soil chapter, in my previous video, I told you about the formation of soil and then the soil profile. That means different layers of the soil. In this video, you are going to learn about the types of particles which are present in the soil. The soil is made up of small rock particles which are very small in size. They have different size, different color, different texture, different properties. So according to their properties, we can categorize into different categories, and according to the presence of different kind of particles in the soil, their physical property also differs. That we are going to learn later on. Okay, so in the beginning I want to say that soil word, it is derived from a word that is known as soilum. Soil is derived from the word soilum, that means earthy material. Soilum means earthy material. Earthy material means material related to earth crust. Whatever material present on the earth crust, those are known as earthy material. So soil is actually earthy material, clay, sand particles, these are earthy material. Now as you have heard the name, that clay particles, sand particles, silt particles, these are the types of particle. You have already heard about these particles. These particles mainly make the soil. Okay, the soil composition of soil is made up of this kind of particles. So according to the size of particles, we can divide it into three types, that is clay particles, silt particles and sand particles. According to size, the soil is made up of three kind of particles. What kind of sizes that you have to learn and memorize also. The size of clay particle is generally less than 0.005 millimeter. In the ruler you have seen the length of 1 millimeter. It is too small to be measured. 0.5 means half of that. 0.005 means how much smaller you cannot imagine also. So this is the size of the clay particle. One particle of clay may be of this size. So really very small in size. As it is very small in size, they remain in the compact form. That is, lots of particles joined together to form the compact form. As they are very close to each other, they can retain large amount of water. That means it doesn't allow the water to percolate easily. As the size particles of the size is very small, they are very closely attached. Gap between the particle is too small, so water cannot percolate. As a result, clay particles can hold maximum amount of water. Next is silt particles. This is the moderate size particles. These particles comes in between clay particles and sand particles. Size of silt particles varies from 0.005 millimeter to 0.05 millimeter. This is about the size of the silt particles. That is, this is also very small, but bigger than the clay particles. So silt particles are good for holding water. That means it allows some water to percolate also, and it can hold some amount of water also. This is good for growing crops because it can retain some amount of water, and extra water it allowed to pass through. So this is the best particle of the soil in terms of agriculture. So silt particle size vary from 0.005 millimeter to 0.05 millimeter. Next is sand particles. Size of sand particles vary from 0.05 millimeter to 2 millimeter. Sand particles are quite bigger in size. You can take one particle in your hand, the size is such, and as the particle size is large, so there is much amount of space in between the sand particles. Due to the presence of proper amount of space, water can pass through very easily. That means water holding capacity of sand particles is not good. Sand particles cannot hold the water properly. It can percolate water very easily. So generally in the dry places you can find the sand particles are present, as it do not have the water retention capacity. So where only sand particles are present or maximum amount of sand is present in the soil, that soil is generally not good for growing crops, because it cannot hold water. It passes all the water to go through. Okay. Now next, depending upon the relative proportion of rock particles and the texture, soil can be categorized into three types: sandy soil, clayey soil and loamy soil. Again I am saying, depending upon the relative proportion of the rock particles and the texture, soil are classified into three types. One is sandy soil, second is clayey soil and third is loamy soil. What is the meaning of relative proportion of the rock particles and the texture? All the three kind of particles that already I have discussed, that is clay particle, silt particle and sand particle, all kind of particles are present in the soil. It is not that soil is made up of only one kind of particle. Depend upon the proportion of particles. That means out of these three types of particles, some soil may contain one of the particle in maximum amount, another in minimum amount, and other than these three particles, pebbles, small pebbles, rocks, those are also present in the soil. They are also part of the soil. Now these three categories, how they are categorized? Sandy soil means the soil in which maximum amount of sand particles are present as compared to silt and clay. In that soil, amount of silt and clay is very less, amount of sand is more. So as the amount of sand is more, so it is known as sandy soil. So those plants which have the capacity to hold less amount of water, that plants can be planted in the sandy soil. Clayey soil means the soil in which the clay particles are present in maximum amount. Other particles are not present in that much amount. So clay particle means the soil in which the amount of clay particle is more as compared to the other soil. This is good for those kind of crops which need lots of water. That means which need the water to be retained by the soil. Those kind of plants can grow here. And then the loamy soil, this is the best soil. Here the proportion of all kind of particles are moderate. That means neither too much sand is present nor too much clay is there. In the loamy soil, maximum amount of silt is present. Other than silt, soil, sand and clay is also present, and lots of humus is also present in this kind of soil. And this is the best soil for the growth of plants. Now, according to the properties, that how the plants can be grown in which type of soil and how they can be categorized according to their properties, that I am going to discuss in my previous video. Today only I told you about the types of soil, so try to remember this one. Properties will be discussed in next video. Thank you very much.